Hey there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for the mid-January 2025. We're going to jump right in here. You have this crown card. It says success and pride. You also have this card that says jealousy and gossip. Yes, I mean, Mars retrograde. I always say it. You know, with Mars retrograde, especially Mars being your ruling planet, you are definitely going to feel Mars retrograde more than everyone else. And so the thing about Mars retrograde is it can definitely bring out people who are jealous of your success. I always say the best thing to do with Mars retrograde is to completely ignore it. If you try to defend yourself during Mars retrograde, you lose. So, there's no, let results speak for themselves. There's no reason for you to defend yourself if you know what you're doing is right. Again, if someone is like questioning your success or something like that, then, I would just let it go and don't even respond to it, right? And, your results will speak for themselves. And the other thing with Mars retrograde is that people, if you just let things go, people will also come to your defense as well. So, there's really nothing to worry about here, Aries, and, that's what I would focus on. We're doing a Celtic cross, so for how you are entering into the reading, I always look at the first card as how you are entering into the reading, if that makes sense. And you have the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is a round-around situation. Nine of Swords can represent a never-ending nightmare. And so the Nine of Swords, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I do consider it to be the worst card in the tarot. Not even, the Tower isn't even close. The reason I consider it to be the worst card in the tarot is because he's still comfortable. He's not doing anything to change his situation. So he's in pain, but he has this comfort blanket right here, and he's basically not in enough pain to make a change. Now, I'm not saying that all of you are in pain, and as a matter of fact, your crossing energy is the Seven of Cups, which actually kind of makes sense with the Nine of Swords, because the crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you in a Celtic cross, and the Seven of Cups, he is spoiled for choice, and he has too many options. And so Nine of Swords, we can definitely be stuck with the Nine of Swords if we have too many options, or if he is dreaming of good things and bad things in those cups. So you are probably thinking about making a change in your life, in some area of your life, but there are good things and bad things in the cups in front of him. And the thing about this card is that instead of doing something, he is just thinking about the outcome. So he sees the positives that could happen if he were to kind of complete his journey or do whatever it is that you're doing, Aries, but he also sees the negatives. But the truth of the matter is that he has to find out. So I feel for a lot of you that the first part of this reading is definitely encouraging you to get out of any round situations, but more in the sense that it's time to get started. So if you're thinking about doing something new in your life, or if you're thinking about moving in a new direction, it would be a good time for you to get started. Next, in the area of what's on your mind, or the area of your thoughts, you have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is a card of thinking about where you are investing your time, effort, and energy. He is giving to one person but not the other because he has weighed his options, and he also gives to things that give back to him. And so I feel for a lot of you that you are looking for equal give and take in your life. This could be in work or business, could be in love, could be all areas of your life. But, he's thinking, and again, I kind of feel there's a lot of thinking going on here in your reading, Aries, where it's like you are thinking about opportunities where there is equal give and take, or you are looking for more opportunities where there's equal give and take. And that's what he's looking for. He's also thinking about getting started. He is planting seeds. So I always say that the Six of Pentacles is my card of taking that first step to make something happen. And so I feel it would be an amazing time for you to take steps in any direction that could lead to more success for you. You have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups can be like an offer or love offer. This is coming up in the area of your foundation. And I do feel a little bit of love here. So if you want love, there definitely could be an admirer or a person coming in for you. The other thing is that he is also dreaming. He has this fish in this cup here, and I always say we don't know if that fish exists or not. It might be part of his imagination. And so with the Seven of Cups, I definitely feel that there's a part of your imagination or your dream that needs to come down to earth. And this has been coming up for you for a year, that you need to really put the work into a dream, or you really need to make a dream happen. And I feel like I said, I feel like all your readings have kind of been saying that. You cannot make this one up right here. In the area of the past, or the energy that you're moving past, you have this dream catcher card. It says, pay attention to the signs, messages, and guidance that come to you at night. Yes. And I think you need to catch a dream, literally. So there you go. You have this delicate rose. It says, be willing and honest to say what you feel, no matter how terrifying it may seem. Yes, so if you are looking for love, it might be time to speak up. It might be time to kind of like make the first move. And, again, I understand that could be scary, but, I would do something here, like flirting, talking, something, with the delicate rose card for sure. You also have the Four Wands in your past. Some of you could be letting go of a marriage. I don't feel that for all of you, but definitely some of you. For others, the Four Wands is a card of setting yourself free. We usually have to complete something. We have to cross through this threshold, this portal in the middle of the card so that we can celebrate and get to the other side. And I feel for a lot of you, this is encouraging you to kind of complete something that you've been working on or see something through to the end and complete it so that you can celebrate on the other side. It is coming up in the past, so, still. I also feel like some of you feel like a commitment has passed, but that's not what I mean. It's like maybe some of you feel like you've run out of time to do something like get married, or maybe you feel like you've run out of time to like start that business or really commit to your dream. And I feel like for whatever reason, I feel like this card is saying, no, you haven't. You can, people do things every day at different ages. There are plenty of people who were, weren't successful until they were in their 60s or 70s or 80s or 90s, right? And so I think for a lot of you, this card, for whatever reason, that's not what this card means, but intuitively, I feel like it's saying you have not run out of time. So I would get started. Next, in the area of your very near future, you have this card that says, show the world the real you. You also have this card that says, have faith in your dreams. Are you kidding? So the whole entire reading is about your dreams, apparently, here, Aries, or some sort of dream that you have, or a vision that you have for your life, again, with the Seven of Cups. Like I said, I can't get away from the fact that the Seven of Cups, there are good things and bad things in those cups. That could be causing hesitation. So if you're thinking like, oh, if I get into relationships, it's like, yeah, there will be good parts of it, but also there will be these other things that I don't like. I feel like this is saying like, well, actually you need to find out because you don't really know until you try. And so that's what I would do here. I do feel like Aries is showing the world the real them. Like I think you are. A lot of your readings, I think, have been talking about this, like kind of being more authentic or putting yourself out there in a more authentic way. Next, in the area of the very near future as well, you have the Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands says you are very close to your goal. He is about to reach his home. In the background here, the story of the Ten of Wands is that he planted those wands. Those wands are his harvest, and he is very close to getting to his home. So he's almost about to accomplish his goal, but he needs to, of course, not give up and keep pushing. So I definitely feel like you need to keep pushing. I also feel that it would be very beneficial for you to see how close you are. I'm pretty sure that you are the sign that always gets the Eight of Pentacles with me, and I'm pretty sure I always say to you, Aries, that you really need to see everything that you've done up until this point. Eight of Pentacles, and I only feel this for you, he has done all that work in front of him on the Eight of Pentacles. And sometimes I feel like he needs to look up and like see what he has accomplished, because it will make whatever he's about to do much easier to accomplish. And I also think he needs to see it so that he can see how close he is to his goal. And same thing with the Ten of Wands. Those wands are right in front of his face. He cannot see how close he is to getting to his home. So for a lot of you, it might be time to, I don't think you're really taking a break, but I do feel that it would be a great time to put things into perspective, or to, put your work into perspective with the Ten of Wands. You have this reconnect card and this request card. This is coming up in your outcome row. I feel that some of you need to reconnect with your original intentions as to like why you were doing something. Again, when the going gets tough, it's a really good idea to kind of like say, why did I want to create whatever you've created with the Ten of Wands in the first place? And I think you need to remind yourself of your original intentions, right? And I think that would be very helpful. I also think it would be a good time for you to ask for help if you need help on anything, Aries, like your projects or what you're working on. The request card is obviously about asking for something, and I feel like you need to ask for help. Next, in the area of your next few months, the funny thing is Aries, is I dropped the entire deck at the beginning of this reading and I started over. And I didn't pull any cards or anything like that, but I just dropped the King of Pentacles. So your cards are flying, right? But the King of Pentacles is about building wealth. And so over the next few months, you definitely could be very focused on building wealth or creating more income. You could be more focused on stabilizing yourself as well. I consider the King of Pentacles to be a foundational energy. He is very focused on building a solid foundation in his life. So I feel for a lot of you, you are probably very focused on building a solid foundation in your life. And obviously that would be a good thing. I also feel that a lot of you could be looking at your skills and saying, like, what skills do I have that can increase my wealth? And that's probably what you're focusing on with the King of Pentacles. Next, in the area of your closest relationships, you have the Four Swords. Four Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. I do feel like you are asking for something as well. You have that request card. This guy here is praying for something. So some of you could be praying for connection if you want love. For others, you could just be asking for help, like I said, on whatever it is that you're working on in life. And the good thing about the Four Swords is that there's a person who is blessing another person in this stained glass window right here. So, he is kind of like hoping and praying for a blessing, and some of you could be getting it. I'm not sure yet. We're going to clarify this reading in just a second, and, we'll see what comes up, but definitely could be some sort of blessing. Next, in the area of your future feelings, you have the Strength card, which is really good. The Strength card is feeling strong. I kind of feel like you're feeling good. I know that sounds lame, but I feel like you're feeling good because you stuck with something. The Strength card is about staying power. She is taming that lion. The lion represents her inner voice, her inner critic, her inner demons, but it is submitting to her. And this is something she has to do every single day. And when you think about strength, it's like to build strength, you have to work out every single day, basically. Not every day, but whatever. And you have to work out consistently, right? This card requires consistency. And so I feel like you're feeling good because you were consistent with something, or you stuck with something. And it does feel work related to me. So this could be like developing a skill. Maybe you just didn't give up on your business or whatever. And it's almost like you're feeling good because you're getting the results, which is great. Your outcome is a King of Wands. A King of Wands can be you, Aries. So I feel for a lot of you, you're just kind of like showing up as yourself. Whenever you show up as yourself, it really puts you in a position of power and strength and allows you to get what you want from the reading. So again, I feel like a lot of you are just kind of showing up as yourself here, or you're showing up in a strong position, and that is wonderful. But let's see what is going on for you. With the Nine of Swords and the Seven of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is like this or that thinking. Two of Pentacles can be juggling or spinning plates. We definitely see a lot of busyness here. And I feel that making sure that you're not just being busy just to be busy is going to be important. I still feel that the Ten of Wands is good in your reading, but, sometimes the Ten of Wands can say, like, sure, some of those wands are yours, but some of them are not yours, and you need to be careful of, kind of like whose responsibilities you're carrying. So I would make sure your responsibilities are your own. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Lovers. I feel like some of you are taking a risk on love here for sure, just based off the stuff that's here. You have none of my risk-taking cards like the Five of Swords or the Fool. Those are cards to me that represent taking a risk. Even the Five of Wands could represent that. But I just feel like some sort of risk going on here. You have this Delicate Rose card. It says, be willing to honestly say what you feel, no matter how terrifying it may seem. This is kind of giving me like sliding into someone's DMs type of feeling here, Aries. So definitely, especially if it's like an earth sign, could be an earth sign, could be another fire sign as well. Could be a Gemini, could be any sign, general reading. But, I definitely feel that you could be taking a risk on love. With the Page of Cups, you have the Tower. The Tower, showing up in your foundation is kind of interesting because the Tower gets reduced down to its foundation, and then we always rebuild the Tower back stronger. And so it kind of makes sense that it's showing up in a foundational position. There's no doubt about it that some of you have had past Tower moments. I mean, some of you, this could be a divorce or separation, having the Four of Wands in your past. But I feel that you are definitely in this rebuilding phase because we have the King of Pentacles over here. Again, I literally literally said earlier that the King of Pentacles is a foundational energy. He is very focused on building a solid foundation. So I wouldn't even worry about that Tower. And this could be a surprise. Like, you could be surprised that someone is interested in you. With the Four of Wands, you have the Hangman. Again, this is the energy of what you are moving past, the past position. And the Hangman can say that you are getting out of hangman mode. You are finally moving forward. You are making progress towards your goals. You are making things happen. So I kind of feel this is forward movement. With the Ten of Wands, you have the Ten of Cups. Yes, I mean, fortune after difficulty, good things happening after a difficult period of time. Also, happy home, happy family. So if you are looking for love, this looks great. I also feel that like focusing on your own happiness with the Ten of Wands would be a good idea. The Ten of Wands, again, if you are holding other people's responsibilities or other people's burdens and it's not making you happy, then I would get rid of those burdens and make sure that, you know, you have enough to deal with, Aries. So I would make sure that you're not carrying too much weight from other people. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, card of growth and expansion. I definitely feel a lot of you are trying to expand or grow your finances or like make more money for sure with that King of Pentacles. The thing with the Three of Wands is usually we have to go on an adventure. I think everybody does right now. We're in a time of innovation. We have Pluto and Aquarius. So anyone who wants to grow their finances or just grow in general, we have to do things we've never done before. The Aquarius is trying to make us more unique. You know, everybody thinks of Aquarius as a collective, which is true. But that does not mean that we should become some sort of like robot hive mind, which, you know, they're definitely trying to make that happen, by the way, for sure. And they will continue to try to turn us into robots during Pluto and Aquarius. And we have to resist it, I would say. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. And the other thing is that I would just, you know, stay focused on having unique experiences and applying them to your life and seeing what happens. That's where true growth will come from. Here you go. With the Four of Swords, you have the Five of Wands. I literally said it a second ago. And I was talking about relationships as well, and it's coming up in the area of your closest relationships. I feel there's a risk you need to take in love. You know, it could be sliding into someone's DMs. It could be, you know, taking the risk of talking to a person, making yourself known, and all those other things. The Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition. I feel like some of you could be interested in a person where there is conflict or competition for the person. You know, it could be an attractive person or whatever the case may be. I feel like this person doesn't know you exist is, you know, what I feel. And I don't mean that in a mean way. I just mean like, you know, maybe you saw this person at the coffee shop once, you know, or maybe this person works in a different department at your job and you saw them like one time, right? Or two times. And so I feel like you need to put yourself in positions where this person can know who you are. And so, you know, I would do it. With the Strength card, you have the Eight of Cups. I do feel like you have had the strength to walk away from things that no longer serve you. That does require strength. You know, this guy here has a big set of balls because he's walking away. He is walking away from something. He is walking away from these 8 cups. And so, you know, those 8 cups do provide him with something. The reason he's walking away is because it truly isn't what he wants. It's like, it could be something, but it doesn't provide him with true fulfillment. So he is on this journey of looking for true fulfillment. And like I said, it requires balls. Someone told me not to say balls. So, you know, I always listen to all the feedback I get and I always apply it. And I do not do things that would upset people. So I would never say balls again, right? But he has the balls to walk away from things that do not serve him. And he is walking into darkness. He doesn't know if he's going to find fulfillment or not, but he's going to look, he's going to try. And so, you know, I think a lot of you maybe walked away from something that once did fulfill you, but doesn't any longer. And now you're kind of like you're seeking. With the King of Wands, you have the Sun, which is amazing. This would say that the sun is shining on you. The sun is like a spotlight in the tarot. You know, the sun is considered to be the best card in the deck. But, you know, I always say that the sun shines a light on things that you need to pay attention to. So I would pay attention to your attention with the sun, but really good. You have this Bull card. It says, do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude. Strength card in your reading. So, whatever requires strength, don't back down. Keep pushing, right? You have the Staff card. It says, you will be taken care of in difficult times. Yeah, so don't even worry if things are going on around you. Again, 10 of Cups. You have the 10 of Cups here, but the 10 of Cups, the whole point of the card is that we still have to deal with the real world problems and challenges. But the 10 of Cups basically says, don't scream that the sky is falling. Just, focus on happiness. Focus on bringing more happiness into your life. You have this December card. I always clarify these monthly cards. You have this year card that says good news. Maybe some of you did receive good news in December. I also feel like something, if you have been waiting for news since December, I feel like you could be getting news now. You also have this August card, and you have this bag. It says something important, such as a new job or a raise. So I feel like that some of you, the weird thing is, if you are looking for a job, I feel like you could get something right now, but you will probably get something else by the summer, right? Is kind of what this is saying. But don't wait until August. If you need to take like a stepping stone position or just something in between, I would definitely do it with that card. You have this dolphin. It says financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. King of Pentacles. You have developed skills that are going to make you money in the future. So this makes perfect sense to me. But this is a really good reading, Aries. I like where it's going. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.